Good evening everybody. We've just given back the Zero SRF that the English Electric Motor Co lent us very kindly. And I started doing a review and I actually found myself getting bored of the same old giving you facts and things that you can just Google and look up. So I went for a ride with Leanna, who's also an instructor, and my young lady. And we both always wear helmet cams. So what I've done is I've edited together both of our cams in this live conversation. So you're coming along for a ride with us. See what you think. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.
The floor's quite close. I was expecting it to be far away.
The good thing is though is that it rides like your NC regarding the DCT. It's just automatic, so you're used to riding like that.
Yeah. Yes, it's probably the easiest transition for me of anybody, sorry.
But also when you stop it's like you've stalled.
Yes. You feel ever so slight sort of vibratory feeling.
Yes.
When you're braking. I don't think it's not feeling it from the brakes. I'm feeling it through the foot pegs as though it's in the engine.
I think it's the motor.
I don't mind the fact that it's quiet.
No,
it's not bothering me. It's like one of those cars with the stop start.
Yep. Suits you. Looks really good.
It's nice. I really don't like bikes that don't have a screen.
Yeah, same here.
This for me is
a lot of blast on this VFR too.
This is hideous.
Yeah.
This foot peg's a bit diggy in my leg.
Oh right, when you put them down.
Yeah, it's got quite a sharp end on it.
Okay.
So if you put your leg out in the wrong place, I'm going to have a little bruise there, I reckon. It's not a problem.
Wait for me! Wait for me! It is like you've just launched an elastic band, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just goes.
Bizarre. I don't mind this leg position, by the way. This is actually quite comfy for me.
I was going to say, because you're a little bit shorter.
I've always liked my feet being a little bit further back, weirdly.
Imagine how 6-footers will get on with it then.
Yeah, and you can feel every change of road surface.
Yes.
You can feel all this grippy, not grippy stuff, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I like the mirrors. They're higher up than the MT-07s, so you don't get as much elbow in them, and they're very clear. It's lovely and smooth, isn't it, in terms of the throttle on and throttle off. There's no snatchiness.
Yeah, the fuel injection mapping.
Yeah, exactly. The fuel injection mapping's perfect.
Yeah.
I quite like the fact that it's quiet. I'm not missing any sort of engine noise or
me too.
Exhaust or anything.
Yeah, I like it. And given the preference, I really would probably go for electric.
Yeah, me too. It's nice.
Apart from that suspension.
Yeah, apart from this suspension, but that's obviously just unique to this bike. Yeah.
The engine braking is very similar to a conventional bike, isn't it?
It's great. You know, well, they actually have to use the brakes.
And they say it's even more pronounced in Beast Plus mode.
It's very clever.
It's almost like it is actually braking for you. The regenerative braking of it is very good. It puts the charge back into it.
I was going to say, does it put charge back into it? Good.
Yes, it's regenerative. Regenerative.
This is great. I want one.
Really?
It's awesome. I'd have one if I could afford it. I'd have one, and I would actually have it as my sort of short journey fun bike.
You could teach on it.
Yeah.
And you'd save a lot of money on fuel as well.
It really is awesome.
I think they say it's equivalent of my bike, this VFR, doing 300 to the gallon, price-wise.
Yeah. It is awesome. I really like it.
Oh.
The tank range changes according to how fast you're going, doesn't it?
That's right. If you stay in town, it goes up to about 150.
Yeah.
It's actually more economical when you go slower. And when it gets down to 10%, apparently, it goes into a limp mode.
Yeah.
So it'll let you accelerate quickly, but it'll only give you like third throttle or something.
Yeah. I really like it. I don't actually want to get on the VFR. I just want to stay on this.
Oh,
I love it.
that's sweet.
I'm comfy. My bum doesn't hurt. My legs are good. It's fair enough. I didn't like it at 70. Then I've never liked wind blast at 70, so that's not unique to this bike.
Wait for me, wait for me.
It does feel like you're going a lot faster than you are, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I think it's because of all the wind blast.
Yeah.
You're not getting any protection. Now in beast mode. There we go.
The seat is much comfier than the MT-07s.
Oh wow.
I think there must be something in the padding, whereas the MT-07s are so hard.
And I love the fact that you love the bike.
I do love the bike. I don't want to get off it.
Don't get off it then.
It's nice. Got lovely deceleration on just the throttle. It's really nice.
We ought to put it in Beast Plus mode as well and see what you think of it.
Yeah.
And remember, worst case, even when it goes down to 0, if you limp it, you still get power. He says it will run for a while on 0. It's just very optimistic.
I can't see my green light.
It's because your side stands down.
Oh. Well, that's clever, isn't it? Now we're ready. It's beautiful and such fun to ride.
It's incredibly fast as well, isn't it? Wait for me.
Ridiculous. It's nice and light handling, and the power is phenomenal.
Yes. It's a happy puppy.
I think it probably is the most powerful bike that I've ridden, but then I've not really ridden many bikes. Not had the opportunity being so short.
One of the things I've noticed about it though is that it's automatic, but not like your DCT. It doesn't have a handbrake on it, so it's a little bit disconcerting. If you put it on the side stand on an incline or something, it'd be nice to have something that locks the brake on.
Yes.
Or you could just carry one of those removable cable ties with you.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't need to on a bike that costs 20 grand.
Yeah, it's almost an omission of thought, isn't it? Where Honda have done it with the DCT, but Zero
It's a
haven't
great
done
idea.
it.
Yeah. Because my driveway's inclined, and if I put it on the side stand, I've got to really make sure it doesn't start rolling backwards.
Stonking amount of power, it's lovely.
So you think the suspension's a little harsh as well?
On this model the suspension is quite harsh, so I'd imagine if there's going to be more of these bikes coming out, they'll be making adaptations to them, I'm sure, based on the feedback.
Yeah. I think it's quite harsh too, but I'd love to try the S, because I found the seat a little bit uncomfortable on that. It tended to press me middle bits, unfortunately.
Okay, no, I find this perfectly comfortable, so it's obviously a female-male difference. This is perfectly
what about the
comfortable.
foot pegs though? I found the foot pegs are a bit high for me.
Again, I'm quite happy with the foot pegs, but then I'm very short, so I prefer the foot pegs to be further back. It's kind of a more sporty orientation, but it's fine.
Yes.
I'm very comfortable and I've been on it all morning, so
And we're
no
still
aches.
on 78%, aren't we?
68%.
68%.
Yeah,
And
it was 72 a minute ago, I think.
okay. A lot of it does depend, of course, on how we're using it, doesn't it? And
Yes.
we're doing faster speeds now, so it's going to come down a little bit. But it goes around corners really well,
Yes.
even through that bump there.
Yep. just settled into it nicely.
Yeah. So with that battery then, they say that the battery is guaranteed for 5 years and it should give you 250,000 miles, and then it only drops to 80% of its capacity. So unless it actually drops a cell and knackers up, that battery should be more or less the lifetime of a bike. And I'd also imagine though that by the time the battery does go, technology would have come on to the point where you can probably retrofit a more modern one.
Yes.
I'd like to think so. We'll change the map over to the top one. It's in sport at the moment.
Okay.
And see what you think. I just think Beast Plus is a little too much engine braking, but I suppose you could ride round it.
Well, being used to how much engine braking the TDM used to have, it'll probably feel more similar to that.
Ah, that makes sense, because of the big twin.
Yeah, this feels like sort of standard engine braking, if that makes sense.
It does to me.
The brakes feel nice.
Yeah, they're very good brakes. They're J1 brakes. I've never heard of them before, but I don't care what make they are, they're fantastically good. You get a lot of feel from them. Oh, you think the same as me about the switch gear, don't you?
Yeah, indicator button, you have no idea whether you've cancelled it or not. There's no feedback at all.
No, it's very vague.
So turning it on is fine, you get the feedback from that. Yes, it's definitely on, but trying to click it, there's no click, there's no press. It's just, I don't know. It's only a small thing, but occasionally I've left it on thinking I've cancelled it.
Yeah, I get the same problem. Beast Plus and Select. So you're now on Beast Plus and the traction control is on rain. But it doesn't matter, I don't mind that. Now with this, it normally comes with a cubby hole. So the key's in the side just there. And with this cubby hole, it's normally storage. I've got another photograph of it with the storage, but with this, it's been fitted with an extra super duper charger with a couple of USBs. So the disadvantage there, of course, is you haven't got anywhere to store it, but I did get my GoPro camera under there and it was on charge whilst I was riding. But they have put this lovely top box on. Look at that, eh? Ooh. It's got the Diavel-esque number plate holder, which looks a bit weird.
I quite like that, to be honest.
You like that, do you?
I quite like
it. It's like a floating number plate, isn't it? And it's a belt drive, which makes it super duper smooth. And I also like the fact I gave it a wash this morning and there wasn't any oil on the wheel. That was a nice change. Just take a while to boot up though, doesn't it, when you first start it? What you're doing is, with the side stand down, it won't allow you to go anyway. But it goes through its boot up procedure, and then when it's ready to go, it has the green circle in the corner here which tells you that you can go. But until the side stands up, it won't do that. I also like the fact it remembers with the heated grips what setting you had it on. You don't have to keep turning the grips on every time. It also remembers your last setting as well, whether it's in Beast or Rain, your traction control. It's got the Bosch cornering ABS as well. English Electric Motor Co. lent us this, and I think they've lent it a lot of people actually.
Yeah, it's done 2,219 miles, so it's obviously been with a few people.
Yes. The only thing I don't like about reviews is when they start going too much into the tech spec. You can always Google that, can't you? I just want to know how it rides.
It rides
and
beautifully.
It is fun. It really does, doesn't it? Get the correct tyre pressures on the thing. It doesn't half handle well. But yeah, could do with some form of a screen, even if it's like just an extra few inches or something to bolt into here. I think that would make quite a difference. But I would like them to lend me the S.
So what is the difference between the S and this one?
The S has got the fairing on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, right, off you go, and then I'll start mine up.
Okie dokie.
Is your engine running?
My engine is running and ready to go. Oh, it's
That's
so quiet.
just weird. I've got all my noise.
Slightest whir. Ooh, was all I heard.
Yeah, we were talking about that when people were on about wanting the sound of the engines. I think we both agree, don't we, that it's actually nice to have something that's quiet.
Yeah, it's lovely. Which way do you
But
want
the
to
only
go?
danger of that is when I was at IKEA looking at the charging, that car reversed out on me. Well, that could have happened with an engine as well. There's no guarantee that the quiet bike was the problem. Right, here we are at Hope Car Park electric recharge point. Are we giving the bike back, Leanna? No. No, not giving it back. Right, let's have a look what we can do then. So we'll open this up. Okay, and let's have a look at what we've got here. There's loads of different chargers. This is the first time we've ever been here, so it's all new to us at the moment. That looks about right. Look at that, first time.
Oh, very nice.
Ta-da! So I'm going to select contactless payment. To start charge, please touch card. Try again. On target below. A.
Are you not? Oh,
there we go. Card being checked. There's your plug.
Hey.
Let's go and pop it in. Just come around here.
I don't know that I'm close enough.
This is the first time we've ever done this, so it's all new to us. Oh, sorry, then plug it in.
Please connect vehicle.
Yeah, which we've just done. Safety checks being carried out. Can you read that? The fan's just kicked in on the bike. And we're on 51%. Right, the time is, what is it? 4 minutes past 12. So we're just going to chill out for a bit now. I'll see you later. So 26 minutes and it's gone from 51% to 96. We've had a nice chat. Say hello. And they've turned up in a Kia and they really hate us dirty bikers now because they want to plug theirs in for a charge.
So I have to tap this on there to stop.
Have to tap it on to stop it. £1.58, 20 minutes talking to car drivers. There's always a downside to charging. So we obviously know the positives. What do you think the negatives would be? A lot of people are worried about the range on the bike, which is probably between 80 and 160 depending on whether you're on the motorway at 70 or going around town all day.
Yeah, the range is something that would bother me because I do a lot of long distance riding. So for a general bike, you know, if I was only to have one bike, it wouldn't be this bike. Okay. I would need this bike and another one so that I could be happy and confident doing all my long distance stuff.
But when you're instructing all day in town...
But instructing all day in town, it would be perfect.
Yes.
It's smooth, quiet, comfortable. I don't mind too much about the suspension, although probably if there was an upgrade to that, that would be better, given that this is quite harsh. Oh yeah, the engine braking is a bit more, isn't it, in Beast Plus?
Yes,
it's actually quite
feel it.
Nice. I nearly went for the brakes then, and then I didn't, and I didn't need to.
Yeah, it's got that regenerative braking, hasn't it? So when you close your throttle off, it's putting charge back into the battery. Cruise control on it, though, I found it's handy, but it's really archaic, really. You turn it on by holding the cruise control, and then you hit it once to set it, but it hasn't got any pluses or minuses on it, so you can't adjust it incrementally. And there is no resume. You have to just reset it again. And it's on the right-hand side. And when I first rode, before I knew about that, when I went to set it, I opened the throttle up. I shit myself. To set it realistically, you've got to really set it with your left hand or be incredibly dexterous. But you do find yourself looking at the percentage bar, because on a motorbike, when it gets down to a quarter, you just drop into a petrol station and 4 minutes later you've filled it up.
Yeah.
But on this, even with the extra charging pack, it's still going to take an hour to fully charge it at one of the high ampage charging stations or high wattage charging stations. But also it's not too bad if you plan your journey to stop at places that do the charging. The problem is when you get there, if somebody's already plugged in, you've still got to hang around even longer.
Can you change the mode whilst you're riding, or do you have to stop and turn it off?
You can change the mode whilst you're riding. How does Beast Plus feel?
It's nice. It has got more pull to it, and it's got a lot more engine braking. I was just concerned about the range.
But I did put it into rain mode the other day when it was hammering it down. Even though it does still have the traction control and the cornering ABS, it was just nice to have it, and it made the throttle delivery a bit smoother.